In the hidden heart of China, inklings of bygone eras reverberate through rugged landscapes and meandering rivers. The boundary between myth and reality blurs, inviting us into a realm of wonder. Today we set out on an expedition that transcends the ordinary, a quest to unearth stories etched in limestone and carved in legend. Shadows of time linger in every stone and ripple, hinting at secrets sculpted by nature and nurtured by human hands. With every twist of the path and every burst of light through green canopies, the past awakens to share its marvels with us. Prepare to follow in the footsteps of monks, artisans, and explorers who once roamed these timeless lands, as we embark on an adventure where the echoes of history stir the soul and ignite the imagination. Having just visited the wonders of Sanxingdui and Jinsha in Chengdu, which you can learn about in our previous episode, Tina and I embarked on our next expedition, which took us further into southwestern China, a region where history and nature intertwine in mesmerizing ways. Our first destination is the legendary Leshan Giant Buddha, a monumental stone marvel, the largest of its kind, carved during the Tang Dynasty. From there we head eastward, deeper into the heart of Chongqing's Wulong County, to explore Longshuixia Gap. Here, dramatic gorges, cascading waterfalls, and steep time-worn trails reveal the raw primordial force of nature. Finally, we descend into the luminous depths of Furong Cave, a vast underground palace renowned as one of the world's 3 greatest caves. Each site is a testament to the enduring dialogue between nature's awe-inspiring power and human creativity.
If you plan to come here to see the legendary giant statue, you have 2 ways to experience it, either by taking a leisurely boat ride or exploring on foot. Each experience has its own distinct benefits.
If you're up for an adventure, walking the trails offers intimate close-up views of the Buddha. But be prepared for a moderate challenge, as the walk can be time-consuming and may involve waiting in line in narrow paths.
There it is.
For a more relaxed experience, the boat tour is ideal, and we opted for that because of the time factor. In just 30 to 40 minutes, you'll witness a full unobstructed view of the Buddha from the river's edge, a perspective that highlights its harmonious integration with the flowing water and rugged cliffs.
Keep in mind that the boat tickets are only available on site, and there are low risk rooms on the boat, so plan accordingly.
As our mid-sized vessel set off, the gentle lapping of the water against the hull set the stage for an encounter as we never experienced before. Here we are on the boat. We're on the top deck so we can get a good view. The Leshan Buddha is the largest carved statue of the Buddha in the world, and we're going to see it. Okay, now it sits just up there on the confluence of 3 rivers, the Min River, the Qingyi River, and the Dadu River. And we're going to get a good look of it. The statue is called the Buddha, but to be technical about it, it's actually a bodhisattva by the name of Maitreya. So we're going to see Maitreya. And it was started in 713 and finished in 803, so that means it took 90 years to carve this Buddha. So when the boat comes over there, we'll give you a good look at it. There's an inscription on the side of the statue, that on the right side, that tells us about how the project went. And it was said it was started by a monk, a Buddhist monk by the name of Haitong. And he saw that people were traveling on the river here, going about their daily business, trying to make a living. But there were numerous shipwrecks and things like that because boats would crash on the rocks. And he thought if they made a Buddha here, it would protect the boatsmen. So that's how it got started. So he went around raising funds to try to pay for this project. He finally got enough funds, and in 713, the project started, they began at the top and began working their way down. They got to the shoulders, and oh, by the way, when he came here with the money, there were city officials that tried to take the funds from him, and he refused to give them the money. And they even sent armed guards to take the money away from him. But he said, "You cannot have it, but I'll give you my eyeball." And he dug out his eye and handed it to them. And they said, "This guy is crazy. We don't want to have anything to do with him." Oh, okay. So there it is. Look at that. That thing is 71 meters high. That's 233 feet. The largest Buddha. It's larger than the Longmen Grotto's Buddha. We saw the Vairocana Buddha. It's larger than the Taliban Buddhas that were destroyed. I call them the Taliban Buddhas. In Afghanistan, they destroyed those Buddhas. It's bigger than all of those. And there it is in all its glory. As our boat glides past, the interplay of light, water, and stone creates an almost surreal tableau. The statue's features, Maitreya's serene, otherworldly smile, and the subtle details etched into the cliff, invite you to imagine the countless stories and legends that have been whispered here over the centuries. Every inch of this masterpiece tells a story of meticulous craftsmanship. Maitreya has 1,021 delicate hair buns, arranged in spiraled curls. The massive ears are so expansive that they could shelter 2 people. You can see the people walking along the cliffside, which gives you an idea of its size. Even the drainage system is a marvel. Hidden gutters and channels have been ingeniously carved into the head, arms, and behind the ears to guide rainwater away, ensuring the stone remains protected. As you can see, the boat needs to always run its motor here because the river is moving very fast. You can see Haitong was right. This is a little bit rough waters here, you know? So when he handed them his eyeball, they're like, "Oh, this guy's nuts. We don't want to have anything to do with him." So they left him alone. And so during the time Haitong was alive, they carved from the top down to the shoulders, but then he died, and for a while the project was halted. Then a governor of the area, his name was Chongqing, he came in and they started work again. Haitong's disciples began working again, and he funded the project. They got down to the knees, but then he moved. He had to go back to Xi'an, so the project was halted again for about 40 years. But then Wei Gao, the fellow who left the inscription near the Buddha, he explains that he came back, and he's the one that finally funded with his own money the finishing of the project, and they finally got it done after 90 years after they started it. They're saying that this is the image of the lying Buddha. Yes, there's some pareidolia going on here. I think it's a bit of a stretch, but yeah, you can kind of see it. A little tea house along the way. We have to walk back. The boat left us not in the same place, so we have to walk all the way back to the parking lot. I think if we would have stayed on, it would have taken us all the way, and we just didn't know. We got off at the first stop. Look at these birds' nests in the trees. I don't know what kind of bird that is, but I'm going to try to find out. Ting Ting says they're called lianwong.
Lianwong.
Lianwong is the name of the bird. I'll try to find out what that is in English. Well, at night, I bet this looks nice. Just spotted some caves up there. Reminds me a little bit of Jurassic Park, you know? Little shops along the way. With so much to see and appreciate, each moment here is a unique blend of craft, natural beauty, and mystique that makes this a must-see destination.
Out near the parking lot is the Leshan Museum, where artifacts that have been found here on display.
Here's a statues of the three men who contributed to the Leshan Buddha that I was just telling you about. Here's Haitong, the one who started it all. Then we've got the governor, Zhangqiu Jianchong. And finally, we've got Wei Gao. No one knows what they really look like, but it's interesting to see. This could be a model of a monastery that was on the mountain at one time. It doesn't have a label. This is a horse from the Han Dynasty. Doesn't say whether Western or Eastern. So these are Han Dynasty artifacts discovered here at Leshan. It doesn't say whether Western or Eastern, but they certainly look Eastern period to me. This is a terracotta figurine of a figure called the Fearless, which suggests that it came from the Western regions, that this area is influenced by the Western regions. In other words, Buddhism was introduced on the southern Silk Road. We have some Buddha heads from the Tang Dynasty period. Jiazhou, where we are, was a sort of water transportation center. And in the Tang Dynasty, it really expanded and reached its cultural and economic peak of prosperity. There is a Cliff Tombs in the Han Dynasty exhibit here, but it's closed. After bidding farewell to Sichuan, Tina and I crossed into Chongqing province, journeying into the heart of Wulong County, a land renowned for its unspoiled karst landscapes. If we drove straight from Leshan to the next ancient archaeological site of interest, Liye, it would take at least 11 hours. So I decided to break up the drive by visiting some natural sites of interest. These places are not only visually breathtaking, but they are sites untouched by time. The ancients would have found them as awe-inspiring as we do, perhaps even more. So stay with us as our exploration unfolds and we reveal these hidden treasures that very few Westerners know about. Our next destination is Chengdu Town, a charming gateway to nature's masterpieces in southeast Chongqing. The drive itself is a scenic prelude, winding roads framed from lush greenery and dramatic rock formations that hint at the wonders ahead. We wound our way up a mountain. I thought we were practically there, but it took 45 minutes just to get up there. Upon arriving in the peaceful town of Chengdu, we checked into our hotel, a comfortable retreat that offers a quiet respite, much different than our stay in bustling Chengdu.
Oh, this is cheap room.
The center of town is basically just one small area. I wanted to try one of the signature dishes of Chongqing province, Chongqing noodles.
Chongqing noodles.
So apparently the Chongqing noodles are known for being a little bit thinner. There's no meat in here, huh?
Have meat.
I don't see meat.
This meat.
Noodles and dumplings are also a common breakfast dish in China. Noodle shops are often the first establishments to open in the morning.
The name Chao.
This is called Chao Shou.
Refreshed and excited, we headed out to begin the day's adventure. There's a pyramid-shaped building from which the buses run. From here you can get to 3 natural bridges, a famous and beautiful sight seen in some films, or Longshuixia Gap. We chose the latter because we heard it was less trafficked and particularly beautiful.
We are taking bus to go to Longshuixia Gap. It costs 105 CNY, about $15.
So yeah, it was just a short walk from the hotel, and we're on the bus, and I think we are the only two people on board. Well, there's one other person, but I think they were one of the employees. So we might have the place to ourselves. The journey is as much a part of the experience as the destination itself. Rolling hills and patches of rugged terrain remind us that we are entering a realm sculpted by nature over tens of millions of years. Longshuixia Gap is not just a single feature, but a vital part of the Wulong Karst system, a region celebrated for its dramatic natural bridges, amazing caves, and other striking landforms. Here, every step is a lesson in geology, in art, where the Earth's history is etched in stone.
Longshui Gorge Geofracture.
Longshuixia means strike water gorge. The name is derived from three Chinese characters: Long meaning dragon, Shui meaning water, and Xia meaning gorge or canyon.
So actually, the name Longshuixia Gap seems redundant to me. Dragon Water Gorge Gap? But that is what many people seem to call it in English. Longshui Gorge seems more appropriate to me.
It's all part of the karst landform. They said there was an elevator, but...
Listen, water.
It's actually much higher than it looks on video. It's great because there's no one here today.
Yeah.
We're inside the elevator now, and we're about to go down.
Stepping into the lift, the contrast is striking. Modern engineering meets nature's raw, timeless artistry. You know, the Earth is much older than any ancient civilization. And what I like to think about is how this was here the whole time, all through ancient times. It was already here for millions of years. And what we're seeing, the ancient people saw, and they were just as mesmerized and amazed by it as we are. But we get to lay eyes on the very things that they also laid eyes on. I mean, come here. There's the fissure right there. Look at that. That's the amazing Longshui Gorge geofracture. And it goes all the way down here and water runs all the way through it. Fantastic. The video just does not capture how huge this is. Wow. Let's go down to the bottom. Of course, back then, there weren't any stairways. I wonder who may have attempted to climb these rocks. In Chinese culture, dragons are seen as powerful creatures, often associated with water. So the name Longshui evokes the image of a mythical dragon gracefully emerging from or overseeing a flowing, dramatic landscape carved by water and time. It perfectly captures the essence of the gorge, a natural marvel shaped over millions of years where the interplay of water and stone creates an awe-inspiring terrain that seems almost otherworldly. This evocative name not only highlights the breathtaking beauty of the site, but also connects it to ancient cultural symbolism and the enduring spirit of nature. Spanning a total length of 3.1 miles, about 5 kilometers, with about maybe 1.2 miles accessible to tourists, this gorge plunges to depths between 650 and 1,640 feet, 200 to 500 meters. The stone steps are notably steep and at times slippery, so it's wise to wear anti-skid shoes to keep your footing secure.
This place is well worth coming to. If you ever come to China, this part of China, you've got to come here. It is unbelievable.
Walking along the narrow, weathered stone paths, we are immediately struck by the sheer scale of the place. The interplay of light and shadow across the rugged walls creates an almost surreal atmosphere. Here, amidst these ancient formations, one can fully grasp that the earth is older than any city, its power and endurance far surpassing the marvels of modern engineering.
Imagine being one of the first people to see this. Your new discovery, you know?
The fresh, cool air and the gentle hum of nature around you all contribute to a feeling of being far removed from the bustle of modern life. Here in the depths of Longshuixia, the mystery of the Earth's history is palpable.
This is the most amazing walk. I thought, like, you know, the fissure part, the big cave there would be the most, you know, big thing. Maybe a waterfall, but all along here, it's all great. Takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on how slow you go, to walk through this park, this trail.
As we meander through the winding trails, every twist and turn reveals a new perspective on the natural architecture of Longshuixia. The rock formations, sculpted by intermittent uplifting movements of the earth, stand as silent monuments to the immense geological forces that have shaped this landscape since the Pleistocene era. This is a place where time seems to stand still, and the raw beauty of the natural world is displayed in all its rugged glory. Longshuixia is more than just a scenic walk. It's an immersive experience into the heart of South China Karst. With its untouched and original features, this natural wonder offers an authenticity that is increasingly rare in a world touched by modern development. Whether you're an avid nature lover, a geology enthusiast, or simply in search of a serene escape, walking through this gap is a reminder of the incredible and enduring power of nature. After our unforgettable walk through Longshuixia, Tina and I set off in our rental car toward Jiangkou Town in Wulong County. Nestled on the bank of the Furong River is the Furong Cave. It is unique as the only one in China listed in the World Natural Heritage List. It joins Mammoth Cave in the US and Grémes Cave in France as one of the 3 greatest caves in the world. So of course we had to see it.
Okay, Wow. I can't believe. It's just under construction, I guess.
Our route took us up a large hill where construction had forced us onto a bumpy dirt road. Each jolt a reminder that true discovery often comes with a few twists and turns.
So it looks like the road is under construction, but we saw a tour bus come back from here, so I think it's the right way.
At the top of the hill was the visitor center. We weren't sure it would be there. Boarding a modern skyway, we were taken across to another mountain. Here we go. Up the mountain. This is such a beautiful territory.
Oh, you
There's
see,
a dam down there.
the beautiful.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's beautiful. Wow. This is high. This is high, folks. If you're afraid of heights, this might be a bit high for you. Now we're heading back down. We saw that there was another way to reach the cave. You can come here by boat. Coming in to roost here. Here it is. Furong Cave. Stepping into the Furong Cave felt like entering an entirely different world. A vast, silent cathedral of stone. Formed in the carbonate rocks of the Cambrian Ordovician period and shaped over 1.2 million years, the cave stretches for about 8,850 feet, 2,700 meters. It looks cool. The quiet darkness is punctuated by dazzling displays of nature's artistry. Over 100 species of sediment and more than 300 scenic spots to take it all in. The curators here use colored lights to make everything look more interesting, but I think I would have liked it even better without the lights. Furong Cave reveals the relentless creative force of nature. The delicate formations of stalactites, helictites, and stone flowers serve not only as breathtaking sculptures, but also as records of the limestone's evolution. Wandering through the cool, quiet corridors, you feel as though you're exploring a secret museum, crafted over eons, a science lab and an art gallery all in one, where every formation tells a story of time, pressure, and the delicate dance of water and rock.
Red fish.
You saw fish? Oh yeah, red fish. All kinds of cool karst.
This underground realm, where history is etched in every drip and crack, is a powerful reminder of nature's enduring artistry and the unknown world that lies hidden beneath our feet.
We seem to have gotten lost in a cave.
One stalactite looks like another here. Looks like a Disney ride where the line goes through, but it's actually real. Ancient people probably did find this cave. Of course, modern times they didn't find it until 1993, I think it was. But I wouldn't be surprised if some ancient people came into this cave. As far as I know, no archaeology from this cave has revealed like people living inside it. The whole thing is made of limestone karst. This is part of that formation I was telling you about. You ever see the so-called melted stairs in the Temple of Dendera, Temple of Hathor in Dendera, Egypt? It looks like the stairs had melted, you know, and some people say, oh, there must have been some kind of explosion that melted stone, you know. But notice the limestone here, all right? Looks like it has melted, right? This is how things form, right? It's part of the geological process. When you have water dripping down the limestone, it can bring it with it. I'm not a geologist, I'm no expert, but it creates that effect of looking like things have melted, yeah? So, same idea, same general idea. It's like chocolate, yeah. Basically, drips coming down from the ceiling created this stalagmite. It's kind of interesting how we can be so in awe of just nature, right? Yes, we're in awe of someone building a tall building or something like that, but something about nature we just really love. And I think it goes back to our ancestors, not ancient, probably prehistoric ancestors, you know, and they saw these things and thought of them as having some kind of power, you know. You can understand why. It is dark in here, and I know people are gonna say something about it, but what can I do? You're not allowed to bring a huge lamp in here. They've named different formations in here. And then they have lights shining the name above them or next to them. This is a really cool place. So if you come in this area, this is another one you should go to. Look at how complex this one is. Wow, I can only imagine how this happened. The splendid hall, as it's called, dominates the cave. A huge chamber spanning roughly 118,400 square feet, 11,000 square meters. Here, massive stone waterfalls and curtains cascade with a magnificence that's hard to put in words. Palm-shaped stalagmites, smooth as jade, rise up from the floor, while rare coral formations and fang-shaped calcite crystals add bursts of color and texture to the underground landscape. The echoes, the interplay of shadow and light, and the intricate textures of rock left us humbled. Our journey these past couple of days showed us how deeply history, art, and nature are intertwined. As we left Furong Cave and drove eastward, we were filled with anticipation for what lay ahead. In our next episode, we will delve further into China's cultural and natural treasures, uncovering the stories preserved in the Liye Qin Slips Museum, where ancient knowledge is inscribed on delicate bamboo. We will ascend the astounding heights of Tianmen Mountain and explore the remains of bygone eras at the Tanhuli Bronze Museum. Join us as we continue our epic trip through a land where every artifact tells a timeless tale.